things at Daventry Farm?
It don't look too good, Zoe. I mean, I'll know better when I get these samples back from the lab, but, anyway, I didn't expect to see you up so early.
I didn't sleep very well. I had a blazing row with Maggie last night.
Are you still fighting over Frankie?
Not exactly. Frankie got herself into a spot of trouble in Germany. Maggie just assumed I'd write a cheque to smooth things out for them.
And you turned them down?
Everyone thinks I'm a soft touch, but you've got to draw the line somewhere.
Well, Frankie's not going to be too pleased when she finds out, is she?
We've all got to learn to be responsible for our own actions. Me as much as her. I don't think we're seeing each other again.
You're right.
I think so. I know I've done the right thing.
Do you want to talk about it?
I could make you some breakfast. You're up early?
Some time to think. Of course, if I had a place of my own, I could get some time to myself.
I've got to get the papers made up. Even with the shop closed, we've still got to do the deliveries.
Well, don't let me stop you.
Don't go, Kelly.
I told you I want to be on my own.
I need to talk to you.
I don't want to hear anything from you or Scott, except here's the money we stole from you.
You've got every right to be angry with me.
Well, tell me something I don't know. You wouldn't dare to behave like this if my dad was still alive.
It hasn't been easy for me since he died either, Kelly. He left me with 3 kids to care for, an old run-down village post office that's never paid its way, and 20 grand's worth of insurance. That's not much to show for a man's life, is it?
So why did you let Scott blow my share on a stupid car?
I thought it was for his business. I was thinking about his future, and yours and Donna's, and that's why I've put my money into the shop. I will pay you back out of the profits, and that is a promise.
Why should I trust you, after all you've done?
Well, because believe it or not, Kelly, I do care for you, and I want things to be right between us.
Well, it's too late for that. Me and Roy just want what's ours. When we get it, you won't see me for dust.
I never thought she was your type.
Oh, really? And what do you think my type should be?
I don't know, someone you had a bit more in common with.
More middle class, you mean? Wouldn't that make Mandy a bad choice for you?
Point taken.
Oh, Paddy. I really wanted her. I'm sure we could have lived together. I'm just not sure I could live with what I was turning into. You see, I always criticised Chris for trying to buy love, yet there I was using my money, my position, to try to win Frankie. It's not something I'm proud of.
Yeah, but the difference between you and Chris is that you realised what was happening and you put a stop to it before you got in too deep.
Maybe.
So, I suppose you won't be spending as much time at the haulage yard from now on.
Paddy, I've made mistakes. But I wouldn't have been stupid enough to have invested £500,000 just to get someone into bed. And if Chris and Sean think that's all it was, then they've got a surprise coming.
It's about time you started shaping up, young lady. No more days off school and definitely no more mixing with that bunch of crooks next door.
Yeah, OK.
I'm serious. You're on a warning. Next time you'll be grounded permanently.
Get the message.
I hope so. I'll see you later. I'm going to be late for my shift.
Bye, Mum.
See you.
Well, looks like you're going to have to keep your nose clean for a while.
Don't you believe it? Dad's still in the bathroom.
I think so. Why?
Warn me if you hear him coming down.
What are you up to?
Hello, is that Houston Comprehensive? I'd like to speak to the school secretary, please. This is Zoe, Mr. Reynolds' secretary from Tate Haulage. He's asked me to let you know that Olivia's running up a very high temperature this morning. Looks like some kind of virus. So, yeah, she obviously won't be in school for a while. All right, I'll pass on your good wishes.
Your mum's asked me to give you a lift this morning. Trouble is, I'm running late.
That's OK, Dad. I'm taking my bike, meet some mates in Houghton after school.
Just you and me then, Ollie?
I'll walk to the bus. Exercise will do me good.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
I don't know what they're mourning about. I gave her a winner, didn't I?
I guess they think a 14-year-old shouldn't be bunking off school and spending her time in a betting shop with a reprobate like you.
Well, like you told her that wasn't my fault. I didn't make her come. She just won't stay away from me.
But you've been pretty stupid too, Zach. I mean, if you want them to stay off our back, steer clear of it.
Don't worry, I intend to.
Oh, glad to hear it. I would like to go through the week without another row with the Reynolds, just for the novelty.
You can rely on me, Petal. Just as soon as we disconnect the electric cable. Eh? I'm still plugged into their supply and the bill's due soon.
Dad, we're dead. They're just looking for an excuse to come down on us.
No, the parents are at work, kids are at school. We've got the whole day to get in there and unplug it, and they'll be none the wiser.
Grandad, do you think I sound common?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Well, Bernice says I do.
Well, you and Bernice always sniping at each other. I shouldn't let it upset you.
She thinks you've got a lovely speaking voice.
Really?
Reckons if I spoke more like you, I might get on better. Well, maybe she's right, like with blokes when they try and chat me up.
What?
Well, if I sound common, then they'll think I was easy. But if I sounded like a lady, then they might treat me like one.
Yeah, I suppose there could be some truth in that.
Bernice reckons I should take elocution lessons. So I was thinking, maybe you could teach me.
I don't really have any experience of teaching.
Well, you don't need to. You just need to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Well, speech is made up of many things. Sort of rhythm, intonation.
So?
So think of what you're dealing with. The majesty and grandeur of the English language. The words of Shakespeare, Keats.
Well, I ain't got time for all that. I thought you might just be able to give me some quick tips.
Well, let's try some simple exercises. Now, stand up straight and breathe from the diaphragm.
Eh?
Your diaphragm.
Well, no offence, Grandad, but if I had one like that, I wouldn't pull anything.
Just breathe.
Sorry.
Now, enunciate clearly. Red leather, yellow leather. Red... I can see this is going to take a lot longer than I thought.
You must be loving this. You always told me I was making a fool of myself with Frankie.
OK, I won't pretend I'm not glad to see the back of her. But I know what she meant to you, and I'm sorry things didn't turn out like you wanted.
Thanks.
Well, it makes a change for me to be trying to help you through a breakup. It's usually the other way around. You've always been the sensible one in the family.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Of course. You even tried to keep Dad on the straight and narrow.
Didn't have much success there.
A lot more than you think. You're the one person that he really listened to. Because he knew that you'd always tell him the truth. Not what he wanted to hear.
Maybe.
I know, because I often feel the same way. That's why I was glad when you decided to buy into the company. At least it's brought us close together again.
Chris, we've done nothing but fight since I became a director of Tate Haulage.
We have done nothing but fight since we were kids. It doesn't mean anything. We still love each other.
It's not something you mention very often.
Well, maybe I decided you need to hear it right now.
Thanks.
You don't get nervous around electricity, Dad.
I've told you I'll handle it. All you've got to do is stay here and keep watch.
Right, how long's it going to take?
5 minutes tops. Maybe an hour or two.
What's wrong?
Look, they've had a new burglar alarm fitted. State-of-the-art job, that. Touch a door or a window and sirens will be wailing. Probably way straight to the police station and all.
Right. We've got no chance then.
Eh? A dingle never gives up. I'll phone cousin Isaiah. He's up with all new technology. He'll tell me where to get round it.
What are you two doing?
Nothing. Just having a walk.
What's the toolbox for, then?
In case we see anything needs repairing on the way.
I don't believe a word of it. You're up to something.
No, not. Besides, you shouldn't be here questioning us. You should be at school.
You don't telling me and I won't telling you?
OK, it's a deal. As long as you leave us alone. You know what your mum said?
I'm dead bored. Can't stay with you.
I've got an important phone call to make. But you'd be glad to keep you entertained while I'm gone. Just keep her occupied until I get this sorted.
OK, Dad. Do you want to see me pigs?
I've seen him.
Yeah, but that new litter's grown.
It's good to know you're there for me. When I need you for once.
That's what families are for.
Maybe. But God, I'm fed up with always being the sensible one, the one that always has to pick up the pieces. I'm glad it works both ways.
You know, Tate Haulage, it's important to me. It's the future. Not just for us, but for Joseph.
I'm not sure I can think that far ahead.
Well, we have to, Zoe. I've been meaning to talk to you about this for a while. Look, Joseph, he's already lost one parent. If I hadn't been dug out of the rubble, I'd have been dead after the plane crash. I need to make plans for him so that if anything ever happens to me, then...
You know I'd look after him.
Well, that's what I was hoping you'd say. But I'd like Laura to draw up some papers, make it official, so no one can question it.
Make the arrangements as soon as you like. I'm flattered, really. I know how much Joseph means to you. And a lot of people would think that my lifestyle wasn't suitable for bringing up a child.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you're perfect. And he'll still be brought up at Tate. So, like I said, we should always stick to... Whoever this is, I will get rid of them. Hello? You what? No, they can't have... Yeah, well, yes, she's here with me now. It's... Yeah, I'll call you back. That was Sean. They've impounded Frankie's truck in Germany.
Yes, I thought they might.
Well, you could have at least kept her sweet till we had a chance to get it back.
I thought you understood what I was going through. I had to make a stand, show I wasn't going to be railroaded into a one-sided relationship where I was the one doing all the giving.
Oh, don't give me all that emotional claptrap. Have you any idea how much a fully equipped Arctic is worth? Well, there must be something we can do.
I'll start working the problem straight away, but it's not going to be easy.
It is your job to handle these sort of negotiations. Thought that's what we had a legal executive for.
Oh, be fair, Chris. It's always been a bureaucratic nightmare trying to shift goods through Germany.
Yeah, and it hasn't improved much. At best, we're looking at damage limitation.
You're both ignoring one thing. This might have been avoided if it hadn't been for Zoe's love life.
So much for family loyalty.
Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes lessons have to be paid for.
You suggesting I meet any losses out of my personal account?
Well, this could set us back months. We've only just got our cash flow stabilised.
Thanks to the money that Zoe brought in.
Well, I'd expect you to take that attitude, considering she brought you with her.
Well, if we're going to talk about personal liabilities, we really ought to discuss how you got this company into debt by ignoring my advice because of your macho squabbles with Sean.
She's right, Chris. Look, my vote says we let Laura negotiate the best deal she can and then we start with a clean slate. We've got enough trouble as it is without fighting amongst each other.
Thanks, Sean. Looks like you've been outvoted, Chris.
The workmen are just off for lunch, so I've locked the front door.
Oh, thanks, Emily.
And this is the last of their dried food, Mrs. Windsor.
Oh, good. I've sorted out all the freezer stuff, and the rest will have to stay in here until they're finished in the shop.
You got a lot of new lines.
Yes, I'm trying out some more upmarket stock. Got to find a way of boosting the take-ins.
Does that mean my job ain't safe?
No. If things go like I plan, I'll be offering you overtime. I mean to make enough money so that I can give Kelly the deposit for her house. Not that she'll believe that. Try your best for your kids, but they're never grateful.
That's what my dad always says.
I'm not like your dad.
He would always say how hard it was to bring me up. How I didn't appreciate it.
Well, there is a difference. I'm doing this because I really want Kelly to be happy. Your dad was just trying to hang on to you because he's plain selfish.
I don't think he saw it like that. I think he really believes he knows what's best for me.
Maybe, but you're clear of all that now. You're better off forgetting him.
The shop's closed, sir, for refurbishment. I suggest you come back another time.
Thank you. I think I might have a crime to report.
You think? You don't sound very certain.
Kidnapping is a crime, isn't it?
A very serious one.
It's my daughter. She's run off with this lad.
And you're suggesting he took her against her will?
She doesn't know what's going on.
But she went willingly.
I'm a father. It's my duty to protect her from any harm.
How old is your daughter, sir?
21.
And I'm afraid it's not a police matter. Sorry.
The family she's with are villains. They could get her into all sorts of trouble. You must have heard of the Dingles.
It's a name I hear rather too often.
And you can see why I'm worried.
Perhaps you should tell me more about this.
Which I've already seen the pigs.
Yeah, but you haven't really got to know them, have you? I mean, they've all got different characters.
I'm not interested.
They used to have pig races in Skipdale, and my pigs are dead fit, so if I trained them, I could have a champion.
Watch my lips, Butch. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, well, you don't know what you're missing, do you? Because pigs are a really fascinating subject.
No, they're not. Your dad just told you to keep me out of the way as long as possible.
No, he didn't.
I heard him. What's he up to?
Nothing.
I know what you do in that toolbox. You're going to burgle our house.
No, honest, we weren't going to take anything. Just something that we left there.
Let the cat out of the bag now. May as well tell me the rest of the story.
Your dad'll kill me.
I'll try it again.
In Hertford, Hereford and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly happen.
When you finish the weather forecast, I'd like a cheese sandwich, please. And if you're trying to turn her into a lady, got a big job on your hands.
Lager? No?
I told Chris I wouldn't do any more strong-arm stuff for him. He'd love an excuse to sack me.
So maybe it's time to change your mind?
Now I've got to draw a line somewhere. I've been on the skids too long. But I know I've got some pride left. Hey, you should have seen this place when me and Britt were running it.
Britt?
My wife. My ex-wife, I should say. We had the punters in the palm of our hands. Make them laugh, take the money and send them home happy. I used to think I was somebody then. Trouble is, I've been on a losing streak ever since.
Things aren't that bad, are they?
I've got to face it. I'm now but a clapped-out security guard, and I don't want to get any lower than that. I've got to start fighting back.
Good on you.
And starting with making sure that Chris Tate knows that I ain't sunk low enough to be his lackey. Just yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got that now, Isaiah. Yeah, thanks for your help. I think I'm ready to tackle the alarm now.
There's no need, Dad. Ollie's turned it off.
I told you I didn't want it involved. Still, it's good news. And you've got rid of her. She's a long way away.
Not exactly.
Where's Sean?
In the office.
We're a finger in conference and don't want to be disturbed.
Afraid this can't wait.
I thought we'd agreed you two would forget family rows and concentrate on what's best for the business. Something wrong?
I ran into this bloke. His daughter's got involved with one of the Dingles and he's worried about the trouble they might get her into while she's stopping with them, which set me to worrying about Ollie again.
Relax. I reckon she'll behave herself for a while after the warnings we've given her.
I don't. I went to meet the school bus. She wasn't on it. They thought she was off sick. Apparently your secretary Zoe rang in this morning.
Secretary? Zoe didn't ring the school this morning. She had other things on her mind.
I guess that much. But I want to know what Ollie's up to before she gets herself into more trouble.
We better find her. Sorry, I've got to go out for a while.
Of course. You go and sort out your family. Leave us to concentrate on the business.
Why can't you ever do what you're told?
It's okay, Dad. She's on our side.
What if she grasses on us?
She won't. In any road, there'll be nothing to tell. She's going to do the job for us.
What?
Well, she didn't mind about the juice. She thought it was a laugh. But I explained to her that her parents might be angry about it. So she said she's going to disconnect it for us.
She can't!
It's okay, Dad. I told her everything is.
Oh!
You said it was a piece of cake.
Yeah, for me, maybe. But the wiring's not too clever. Can you imagine what her parents would do if anything goes wrong?
We might be too late.
We've got to get in there, quick!
Dad. Dad!
No, no, son, I'm busy!
Hello, Butch. Finished stock taking, so Mrs. Windsor let me go early.
Great.
What's your dad doing?
Come on, son! Stay back, Emily! Come on! Right! Get that cable out and then go and get out! Dad, what about you?
Just do as you're told! Can you, my love? Look, we've got to get you out of here! Come on!
Dad!
Look, just get out! Oh, no!
See you again.
Well, we've had another call from Daventry Farm.
Oh, did you send off them samples?
Of course.
Then there's nothing much we can do till we get the results.
Well, they seem to think it was pretty urgent. We're hoping you'd go tonight. Got something else planned?
Well, I know it might seem a little bit selfish of me, but I thought I might just get a little bit of sleep. Hiya, how did it go?
Better than expected. Laura and Sean were really quite supportive.
I didn't think you were going to be at the haulage yard all day.
Sorry, I just felt responsible for what happened. I thought the least I could do was try and sort it out.
You've got responsibilities here and all, you know.
I guess you've been busy.
Phones ain't stopped.
And I was on call all last night, remember? And this is supposed to be my day off, and I thought that being a partner meant we split the work between us.
That's not fair. You know I'll make the time up.
I know you'll mean to, but there's only 24 hours in a day, Zoe. If you're going to try and run two businesses, you need to work out where your priorities are.
Your dad was a real hero.
Yeah.
Ollie! What's happening?
What the hell's been going on here? If I find this is down to you, you're a dead man.